What's up, guys? So, if you own a business, especially an online business where you work from home, I say like every day, you have time set aside um, for your work, and and pretty much, um, if there's nothing to do, then just find something to do. Read a book, something, anything. There's plenty of books out there to read. You'll never be able to read them all. So for me, I have like 4 hours a day set aside for my work, 4 hours a day set aside for my hobbies, and 4 hours a day set aside for working out. And then probably like 2 to 3 hours a day to spend on various, any of whatever else I might be doing like that day. You know, um, Taking a shower, time brushing my teeth, well, every day, you only get like 15, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. For me, is like probably more like 19, 20 hours a day because I take a shitload of caffeine every single day. But typically, you know, um, typically, on the average day, you spend like an hour to maybe like up to about 3 hours doing grown man shit. Long as I get a shower in, like once or twice a week, at the end of the day, I probably reset like another timer for like 1 hour at the end of the day. And by the end of the day, do like 1 hour of like each thing, you know, like 1 hour of 1 hour of work, 1 hour of play, and 1 hour of like exercise and working out. And if I already worked out for 3, 4 hours that day, and if I still have a bunch of energy left at the end of the day, I will just I have like another timer in my phone for like an hour, you know, that that I have set for like an hour, that an hour of work, an hour of play, and an hour of working out. Probably add in some like cardio, probably like add in some like cardio, or if my body's like dead, fucking destroyed, I'll not work out and just go back and forth between work and play. You know, because I'm like a semi-pro gamer. I play video games like for sport, and I'm always trying to log in like as much time as possible into that. And I also do bodybuilding, basically for sport. So I try to do like usually like a moderate, like full body workout every single day. You know. So, yeah, your routine is very important. You know, as in business, you know, you might probably find yourself in a position that maybe in like 10, 15, like 20 years, you can have like stuff, you know, you can have like stuff, like um you could find yourself in a position where you might work for like 10 or 15 years to set yourself up in a position where you could actually put in less and achieve more than everyone else who's just starting out. And basically don't expect to really make very much money in your first 5 years. That's just general advice. Don't expect to make too much money in your first like 5 years. One major thing about success in the financial arena is, well, they say like 4 out of 5 businesses fail in the first 5 years. I say like, well, then that basically means that it takes up to 25 years to be successful. And if you get lucky, you could be successful in like for me, it took me like 15 years, like on average, like 15 years to make my first few $1,000,000. And it's like, I show a lot of what I do on social media because I want to like expedite that process for as many people as possible. I so like care about people that I want people to be rich and successful. But on one hand, you have to have people who own businesses, and then you have to have people who work for people who own businesses. I follow the protocol. I learned to see myself as just like, I'm just another soul for sale. I'm just another soul for sale. I love to inspire people to live some sort of like, well, a better fucking life than like being like fucking broke. To me, $60K a year is like being broke. But really, it's not. Really, like $60K a year is like, it's not so fucking bad. And like, yeah, well, typically you want people to succeed until they want to be more successful than you, when you're the one who gave them the inspiration to fucking succeed in the first place, and they're trying to like hold you down. Now they're like they're trying to hold you down and shit, when really the only way to get ahead is to bless others. That's like one great way that I found to get ahead. Like, how do you think I became a billionaire before the age of 30? Or actually, rather, like at the age of pretty much 30, I became like a billionaire officially. And if you think you're just going to jump into business and people are going to throw money at you, you're oddly mistaken, because that's not really the way it works. You know, if you think that you're going to be inspired by me and then try to hold me down and shit, like, it's one thing if I withhold information from you guys on how success works. Because, number one, a lot of is like, it's on a case-by-case basis. If you could prove to me that you're a shining superstar that deserves to be rich, I'll make you fucking rich. But in general, I make these videos because in general, I want all people to be rich. But on one hand, then some people get the wrong fucking idea that it's their job to try to put me in some kind of little box. No, actually, au contraire. It's pretty much my job to put you inside the little box and for you to try to make it out of the fucking box. I'm not going to sit here and proactively like hold you down so that you can't succeed in your life. But basically that is kind of the way it works. Is like, it's up to you to take the information that God gives you in this video and try to use it the best you can. But it all comes down to your personal judgment of, you know, whatever God inspires you to do, that's what you got to do in life. So if you're inspired by my videos to go and be like successful and stuff, that's good. That's good. That's why I make these videos. But you're not going to sit there and like fucking try to hold me back. Like, how fucking shitty is that? I'm the one out here trying to help and inspire. And some people just don't get it. It's on a case-by-case basis. My intention is that, you know, like, a few of the people that watch my videos get inspired and maybe even become like billionaires or something, to create like many millionaires and like quite a few billionaires. That's my goal in my lifetime. That's like what I love to do. But then half the people that I inspire seem to take it the wrong fucking way when they figure out that actually I don't want people to succeed. Actually, I don't want people to succeed, because then they twist it around on me, and because society tried to put me in the same box that I broke out of, that I'm breaking out of it again. But I already broke out of it. Is like, it's not your job to, if anything, is your job to make sure that I continue to succeed. Yes, it's true that success, when you are a public figure, is on a case-by-case basis. If God inspired you to watch my video, and you have the inspiration within you to try to become successful, just know that, and if you try to flip the script on me, just know that that's about as far as it's going to go. That's about as far as it's going to go. Is I'm not going to be making these videos telling my telltale story of how to become a fucking billionaire. Because I could do that for anybody. But I'm not going to be fucking doing that. I had plans to do that, but I'm not going to fucking be doing that. And you could thank the 50% of the people who take the shit that I put out there for fucking granted. and they can't take no for a fucking answer is like, people are stupid, people are ignorant, and, you know, it's up to your own volition if you're really willing to do whatever it takes to succeed, you know? And it's really it really is up to everybody else if you succeed. So, you know, me personally, I realize that I'm not fucking God. I'm not powerful enough to hold the entirety of society inside this box so that I'm the only fucking person that can get any fucking money. But if I could, I still wouldn't. Huh? If I could, I still wouldn't. To be like the king of all time. I believe in being fair. I don't want to be the greatest money man of all fucking time if that means that I take that position away from someone who deserves it more than me. Most people don't have the heart to go online to inspire other people. And I guess people pretty much realize that if you ever do that, you will realize that a lot of people will just take you for fucking granted. You know. And basically those people will have to answer to me someday. That if you try to take me for granted, that if you basically think that you're going to run off with my advice, and fucking, quite frankly, I'm going to go delete the videos that I made in the past about success, because God is good. As God is good. God is, and, you know, if I'm the one out here proactively trying to get people to get their fucking shit together, what makes you think that you could be more successful than me? I'm a fucking billionaire. Okay? And you're not going to be more successful than me. That's just honest. Even if you are 30 fucking years old, if you start today, if you're like a 25-year-old kid and you think you're going to take my fucking word for granted, that took me 27 years to figure out how to do this shit of like pyramiding up the ladder of fucking success since I'm 3 years old. And if you're just going to take my word for granted, that's just going to hurt everybody else. That's just going to hurt everybody else, and you're going to have to answer to them as well. So if I ever inspired you to succeed, you know, say thank you. And basically, the big secret is that God is good, karma is real, and you're not going to pretty much be... If you want to be more successful than me, you have to be willing to put in more than me. And that's pretty much the way it fucking goes. It's all about sacrifice, commitment, staying true to whoever you think you're going to be after you see my video. Staying true to your convictions that I think like people typically tend to be like, take me for granted, and that's not right. You know, that's not right. I'm the one that inspired you to begin with. You would be nothing without me. So I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit about you're gonna do better than me. God will not let that happen. I'm a fucking billionaire. Understand that there are 4,000 billionaires in the world. There are 4,000 billionaires in the world out of 7 billion people. Rather, you know, Don't fucking do me like that. Try to, like, shit on me and then outdo me when I'm the one that fucking inspired you. I'm your fucking father, bitch. And I'm gonna spank you. So anyways, I got some shit to do. Got some grown man shit to do in my fucking life. Success really is all about sacrifice. Staying true to who, is like, quite frankly, I don't got nothing for you anymore. Is like, I just get the feeling that a lot of people take my advice for granted. And there will be no more of Mr. fucking nice billionaire helping the peons break free. Is like fucking dealing with a fucking child and helping a child walk. Eventually they grow up and they want to fuck your bitch and shit. Okay. And I think, like, basically that is a metaphor for... That's why the title of billionaire is held so highly in society, is because it takes a special class of individual to be a fucking billionaire. That's why I think I'll be a fucking trillionaire. You could be practically a fucking billionaire and work like a fucking job. Some of these billionaires are like super famous and they have no like privacy. So what you really want to do is don't be a fucking hater. Don't be a fucking hater. It's not going to get you anywhere in your life. We tend to believe in karma. I tend to believe that basically you can't do whatever the fuck you want. You do what basically God and the rest of society says you can do. And it's your job to fit the description of somebody who can be successful. And that's really the truth. It's the strange truth, but it's the weird truth, and some people don't want to accept that. Some people don't want to accept that, but I would say that that's not my fucking problem. I'll be hell as fucking rich. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.